Hello, everybody. Welcome to Saturday night's Messages of Love from Above. I hope you're having an amazing weekend and happy Sunday morning to you guys on the other side of the planet. Let me just get my desktop all set up here and we'll get into it. Hope everyone is well, enjoying your adventures. Let's get this set up here. All right. I think that is good. Shrink this down a little bit. Here we go. Excuse me. Right, YouTube does say that we are live, so we are good to go. All right, everybody. Before we get started, let's send some love out to the world. And if you'd like to join me, whether you're watching live or even on replay, we can all join together and send amazing love out to the world. So definitely, if you want to join, you can do so. Hey, Alice. Hello, everybody. So we'll start with just taking some deep breaths, coming back to right here, right now, and letting the outside world fall away. So just one big deep breath. And then as I hit the singing bowl, then we just didn't hit the microphone there, let the love come down, fill us up. We fill up our hearts, our mind, our bodies, our lives, and then it flows out to the world. So here we go. I'll hit it about 3 times. Beautiful. Thank you so much for joining me in doing that. Put it in her perch up here. Let her hang out and watch. Hey, everybody. Hello. All right. So let's take a look. Of course, happy solstice to everybody. We've got some great readings that are available. Let me just show you some of the free things that we're offering. We have a 3-month solstice reading for each individual zodiac sign that talks about relationships. And there's like a reading for everyone, like a card that's for everyone. And then it splits that up into 3 separate readings for single and looking, partnered or married, and the happy hermit. So there's messages for all 3 of those for each individual zodiac sign. And they were fun to channel, so I loved those. Also, part of that, from June 20th to July 21st, I do have half off my relationship readings. There's 6 different kinds, and if you look at the description box, there's a link. There's a link right there to my website that will break down what everything is, or if you want to book one, it has the information in the booking site as well. So whichever you prefer, if that's interesting to you. Also, the solstice in June is the introduction of the zodiac sign of Cancer. So, happy Cancer season to all you Cancer signs. Happy birthday to you. And there's a 3-month bonus reading for all the Cancer sun babies. And then pick a card for all of us about what do you need to know about your family tree. Ooh, how many monkeys are up in there, right? All right. Also, we had a wonderful Capricorn full moon last night. It'll impact us for a little bit longer, and we actually have another one coming back around in July. So check it because this energy is going to be really influencing us for a little bit. If you feel so desired to do so, talks about how to make the most of the full moon releasing energy as well. And then July monthlies are out. If you haven't checked those out, there's the link for those. And if you want June monthlies, those, of course, are still good for another week or so. Can you believe it's almost the end of June, almost the middle of the year? Whoosh, I know. And then, of course, every week we have a podcast. From chaos to cozy, because we come from cozy down to this chaos to experience it, and then we move back to cozy. So it's all about all the different tools and experiences Spirit showed me throughout my life since I was like 22 is when I almost took my life because of the extreme chaos in my life, and that was 35 years ago. I know. So I'm glad I hung around because it's been a good, wonderful, amazing experience, and I'm so glad I hung around because I wouldn't have got to meet all of you, especially. Um, so those are a lot of the main things. I have a lot of things that I offer for free because, sending blessings to my host who lets me live down in her basement for free, and all of my YouTube channel members. We've got some winners here. We have Daisy, hello, Daisy, who's one of our Zen Cricket winners every month. YouTube gives me 10 free Zen Cricket memberships to give away. And so I'll talk more about those next weekend because on the 1st, I'll get 10 more, and we'll have a giveaway on the 2 weeks from today, basically. So I'll talk more about that. And Elena, there's another one of our winners. Shout out to you too. You'll see their names in green with the badges. So welcome, welcome. So those who are my monthly YouTube channel members and those who donate during these sessions, and anyone that purchases also any of my services that are listed in the description box, all of you help me live this life that I do. And so I'm so blessed. And all of you that give thumbs up on the video, all that helps spread the Zen love. And that's what I'm here to do, is to help us on our path, right? To channel those messages of love from above that help us have the best experiences we can here, right? Boom, boom. All right. Woo, woo. Lucky, lucky. What else was I going to say? I don't know. That's why I have so much that I offer, and I love doing all this. So thank you. Thank you. How the free readings work, I do go down in order. First come, first serve down the chat. There's no special list. The chat is it. If you I have to just put your question out there. And if you don't want to put your business out there, you can just ask for a general reading. Spirit knows all. I'll pull cards, they'll speak, and you'll get the message without us knowing what they're talking about. But you'll get it because you'll be like, I get you. And then if anyone makes a donation, I do honor that energy exchange. I prioritize those readings, step out of the free ones, dive deeper, meaning I pull more cards, and then I return back to the free readings and work my way down the list. I do try to get to all the free readings. I'm on for about 2 hours, and then I go spend an hour with my praying Mantis level YouTube channel members for about an hour. And then I take a little break, and then I come back on and finish out all free readings. I've been doing it for several weeks, and haven't burnt out yet, so knock on wood. All right, we're going to be using, again, we started with these this morning, the Enchanted Fahaxa Tarot. I'm not sure if that's how you say it, but I like it. So we'll start there with those, and I also have these Sambucas Tarot, which we'll be using. So if I can get it to focus in a little bit there, maybe you can kind of see it. There it is. Sambucus. Um, when I get to the free readings, I'll probably use one, like I did earlier. I'll use one card of the Forksana and the one card of those. Um, but for the donation readings, we're going to dive deep with the Forksana. All right, let's get into it, everybody. So many blessings. So happy to have you here. So Kritika Sayani, you are up first. Thank you so much for your donation. Let's give that a love and a like since it lets me. Wow, that got, whoa. It's a little bit blurry there. I imagine it will, come on, come on. Well, I'll put cards up fast and then you'll be able to see them. It seems like it's focusing on those closer. All right. So just squint your eyes for right now. So Kritika, you want the future of your connection with Anavesh, I won't say Anavesh, the stability if marriage happens. Okay, let's take a look here. So the future of your connection with Anavesh. What do they want you to know about your future connection? Do you want those? Okay, so we got coming in here. All right. Well, we do have a solid foundation coming in here with the Six of Earth, Six of Pentacles, equal giving and receiving. And that's a good, solid foundation because it's a good, balancing going back and forth between each other. So, that's the underlying energy on the bottom of the deck there. So let's take a look and see what we have here. All right. Well, it looks very good here. The first card that came out is the Lover's card here. And of course, that's a very good card to have when we're talking about relationships. So it does seem to be here that, it would be a very enlightening, um, fiery, passionate uh, type of relationship that you would have. Because what comes up after that, you have the Ace of Swords, the Ace of Air. And this is about seeing things from a higher perspective, clarity of life, higher knowledge, higher wisdom. And there's a lot of clarity that comes in with this relationship because you have three cards that come out here together, and you have the Queen of Air, so another Queen of Swords. She usually wields the Ace of Swords somewhere on her card, but she's the balancer of heart and mind. And so with all of this relationship, there's a clarity that comes in for both of you about what you truly want. Because the Ace of Swords is about connecting to the capital T truths of the higher realm, which you see things from that higher perspective, not from a place of these small T truths of humanity where we're taught so much about the supposed tos and the shoulds and the need tos and the have tos and musts about marriage and relationship and everything else under the sun. And we're like, it's all rooted in fear of failing, fear of not being enough. Well, there's this transformation that happens, beautiful balance between the head and the heart that come in with all of this. And you guys end up looking at your marriage in a different way than you had thought you would with the Three of Wands, Three of Fire that comes in here. And it's not a bad thing. It's like an evolved thing. You're not looking at it so much like your families did, as you went down in life, and it's more partnered equals, give and receive, and sharing life with one another. And I like that because you have the Sun card. Speaking of everything under the sun, this is one of the most victorious cards. It's joy, celebration, victory, abundance, a bright light shining on every area of your life with that. So it feels very good because it just feels in like, yeah, the clouds part and the sun comes out, and it's just like brightens up and lightens up your union with all this. And you have the Page of Fire. You can think of the pages as like number 11s because they come after the 10. So you go ace through the 10, and then it goes to a whole nother level. And this is like an upgrade of passion, an upgrade of energy, of I don't know, just energetic connection between the two of you that goes beyond. It's like I think it was Deepak Chopra's book, The Path to Love, that he talked about it's like intimacy becomes spiritual, it becomes heightened, it becomes like you mesh into one, and it's just like you just feel so connected. So I love all these cards. There's nothing of concern with these at all, and I love this um transformation that happens with all this. So I like it, Kritika. So that's what they have for you regarding your question there. Feels very solid and pretty amazing. It takes time as we question, being open-minded, and as you get to know one another more deeply and stuff too. But that's the solidity that it heads down. So I like it, right? And again, thank you so much for your donation. I really appreciate that. All right. Hey everybody, hey Nelia, Madame Bud, Nene, Madame, etc., etc. All right, very cool. All right, so we'll continue with the donations here. So we got a couple from Nelia and then Naomi, and then we will jump down to Daisy. So that's kind of where we're at right now. So Nelia, thank you for your double donation, and we're on your wink wink emoji. Shuffle over here. So, any messages from your future soulmate true love? Is he ready for a serious committed relationship? Let's take a look here. We'll ask that first. I think that's what that one was. um, yes, and we'll see here what else they want you to know here. Are they ready? I know it's like bread. Like it smells like they're ready, but nope, a little while longer. Let's take a look here. So, on the bottom of the deck, we've got the Page of Water. So, this higher love, this new love. Love the cards here. So, it's worth the wait. I like that message that comes in here. Yeah, because there's one card, three cards, and two cards. The one card is answering, are they ready for this serious committed relationship? They're getting close. The wheel of fortune is spinning the tune of for you. So I like that it is, the 10, it's almost there. It's the ending and beginning. It's almost. And this does tell you that even your human will be glad about the timing of things when it happens. So the wheel of fortune is a great card to get with that, of course. So we like that. Let's see what other messages that they have here for you. All right. All right. All right. All right. Yeah. So there is progression. Let me see what these other two cards are too. Okay. Yeah. Because you've got 4, 5, 6. So things are unfolding. We've got the Four of Wands. So there's not emotional, energetic stability. And this is joy and celebration and even marriage card. So they're like, it's unfolding. In fact, I feel like it's counting down because it's 654 is what I feel. So the 4 is the wedding, the 5 of fire is a movement of energy from something that feels lower vibrational related to fear to higher vibration to love. And so there is still a little bit more of energetic, movement that happens here, and also the Six of Earth coming in here. There, because this is work that needs to be done. The Six of Earth, Six of Pentacles has to do with our balance of our what is it? What do I call it? It's like the rate of exchange of love. It's like, what do I feel? What did I learn when I was young of how much I have to give to how much I deserve back. And we learn I have to give 1,000 love coins to get one love coin back. And that's not very healthy. But as children, we don't know any better. We think that's fair, and it's not. But it's running on autopilot in the subconscious. I talk about this a lot. And so, for those of you that haven't heard it yet, here is the link here. I have a playlist of a podcast or a kind of a series I did of Take 10 with Zen, and the Six of Pentacles is this episode here. So if you haven't, check that out. It talks about how we can balance, bring it from 1,000 to 1 down to 1 to 1, which brings down these force fields, which allows love to flow in. more easily, for sure. So I feel like that's the work that they're doing is they're balancing that out, and then they're working on their energy, and then they'll be ready for marriage. So I feel like they're kind of just letting you know, well, this is like a work in progress, and we're getting there very slowly but surely. So I like that. So we've got those. And I feel here with the Elder of Earth, the King of Pentacles, is what this normally would be. A very solid foundation that they're also wanting to build before coming together. It's like one of those things that they just have of this is what needs to happen first, and I've got to have this and that and blah blah blah. So it's a nice thing because they're building. It's like they're building the nest to bring in their loved one to have that come in, and so I like that. I appreciate that they want to care for you and be prepared, and they got the judgment card, which is their higher self calling them to this higher place, seeing things from a higher perspective as well. So they are in this journey of transformation, this journey of, you know, dotting the I's and crossing the T's and getting things ready because they really want it to be like, I feel like, any relationships they've had before and what they observed in their own family with mom and dad and whoever, that they were like, I want to be prepared. I don't want to put anyone through what I went through. So that's a lot of what drives this um, desire for all this preparation. And it's okay. You're like, well, that's fine. While I'm waiting, I'll work on me and prepare for this meeting that will be coming soon, right? So I like that. I like that message from them for you. So thank you for that. Hey, Olivia, another one of our winners. Hello, hello. So good to see you. All right. So number two question here, we've got the halo. Uh-huh, uh-huh. I believe that. Just kidding. Gotta adjust it on my horns, right? All right. So thank you for your additional donation. Any messages from your late father? He and your late mom together. Let's take a look here and see. What do they have here for you? All right. So, Papa San. What does Papa San have to say? All right. So, we start off at the bottom of the deck with the Six of Wands. And so the Six of Wands is like a message of pride. Like, I'm proud of you. I celebrate you. The Six of Fire, the Six of Wands normally has someone up on a horse with a wreath and people celebrating. And that's what they're doing. They're celebrating you and they're wanting you to know that they are proud of you and that you can never let them down. They're very, they had high standards. I feel like they just really were like, it was never like, it's like the carrot always moved, it feels like. They're like, I didn't tell you enough how proud of you I was, and am, because they continue to be truly proud of you because they understand you now. Before they only saw the outside, right? Now they feel your emotions. As soon as they moved out of their body, they were right by your side, right? And they will be by your side, and your mom's there too, and anyone that's else has passed, they're all around you, and they can be around every single one of their loved ones all at the same time. Don't have to share with no one. It's like you can have this interaction like they're 100% of the time with you all the time. And like if you have a brother or sister, they could also have that and everyone else, but you have this special relationship. And they so they are there and they're always around you. And the moment that they pulled back out of their human body and were fully again connected to the spirit realm, what is amazing to know is that they or scary, I know, that they were able to feel every emotion you have ever felt from your birth, even in the womb, all the way until you're ending. They're outside of space and time. They see your entire life, and they know every emotion that you have felt, are feeling, will feel. They know every thought that you've ever had, are having, will have, and they understand you so much more deeply. And they're like, you were so much more courageous and powerful and strong than I even imagined, and they imagined that you were pretty much a strong person, but they're like, wow, I had no idea. And so that's why they can have this pride, truer pride for you, because they can see that. And I like that. Yeah, you have the Council of Monarchs, which is the Emperor card. And so they are nudging you here not to hold back, to really discover what you want. And there's no wrong choice. They're telling you that. And like, yeah, you'll never let me down. There's no, on this side, I don't have any preferences. I see everything so much more clearly from that higher viewpoint, knowing that there's no right or wrong choices, just different choices with different experiences. So you choose what you want to do, and put power behind it. Make a plan. Were they a big planner? They're making sure, make a plan, and then I almost feel like they were in the military. Make a plan and then engage. So it's funny that they're coming through that way, but they're like, yeah, very much. You can do it. You do what you want to do, but let's move it. Let's go. And they're joking. Yeah, the Nine of Air. Yeah, don't let any of your fears stop you here. You got the Nightmare and Insomnia card, which so that makes sense. It's right after that. And it's like, yeah, just, um, you can never fail. When you're living your dream and doing what you want to do, you can never fail, because you just keep going. And anything that happens is a detour, an experience, it's knowledge, it's wisdom that you glean. But if you're trying to live someone else's dream, like let's say dad's dream that they gave you and said, this is what you need to be, and you're trying to do that, we do fear failing it, because we know that if we it doesn't work out right away, we're like, I tried, you know, and then we don't want to let someone down, but you can't let them down, because they're, like I said, very proud of you, and for whatever you do, they're backing you 100%. I like that. Yeah, this is how they see with this Queen of Fire. So you get to, focus your energy. Where do you want to go? What do you want to do? How do you want to move forward? You have the ability, you have the connection to the spirit world. You got such a support up there. And if you have any questions, you just ask of your own free will, but they won't meddle with you until you ask them to. So, they're giving you your freedom to do what you're wanting to do. But if you have any questions, any advice, whatever, ask and they will bring it forward to you. So I love that. Um, they and I think they already answered the mom thing there. We have so many lifetimes that, marriage and, um, you know, relationships and family and all that. We're all a member of a giant sea of drops, and we all belong to one another and with one another, and we know everyone's thoughts, emotions, and feelings. We're just a huge collective of beings that just are of unconditional love, and so we don't have any judgments. We all are vulnerable and open and sharing with one another, and there's no like marriage and all that. It's that's an experience we have as humans and different beings and different lifetimes, different dimensions, different universes, all that kind of stuff. And so they're more best friends, like we're all buddies, and in past lives they might have been mother father, like mother child, father child with each other, or other types of relationships and different things throughout life. And so now that they're out of this character, it's like characters in a movie. Just because they're married on TV doesn't mean they're married in real life. They are their own individual selves. So I like that. that they're, well, we're with you. I'm with her. She's with me because we're with you. We're right by you. So yeah, we're together by you, So they wanted to clarify that. Let's see what these other cards are here. All right, yeah. So that Queen of Wands is, reinforcing here with the Eight of Fire, Eight of Wands, that they give you a lot of messages in the outside world and a lot of, within the physical world, the mental world, you may not even be thinking about them, and and then you'll be like, oh yeah, it's them letting you know that they're there with you, and that you're never ever alone. They're never not with you, and they're also like emotional. You might get emotional flow of just like this emotion comes over you energetically too. And so those things, they've been doing it. And if you haven't been aware, then you need to pay attention. It's funny. I feel like that's something that they would do. Pay attention. And so that's funny. But there's like, if you focus and raise your low vibration, you'll see all the messages that were given you. They're being funny. Yeah, and you have the balance of your head and your heart with the Queen of Air, Queen of Swords, and the Justice card too. She's got her Ace of Swords here. She has the Ace of Swords. Both of these are offering you this higher knowledge and higher wisdom, and all you have to do again is ask them for their clarity, and they'll give it to you. So, but they're like, we know you want to learn on your own, so we don't meddle up here. Down there, yeah, we tried to, control freaks unite. But but up there, we or on that other in that other dimension, we're not we just let people learn, and then we're like, hey, yeah, if you need us, we're here. But they'll give you repeating numbers to remind you that they're there. It's like we have this huge crowd behind us and we forget. We get consumed with the problem, and we're like, how am I going to figure this out? I can't figure this out. I don't know what to do. And then they're behind going, just so you know, we're here if you need us. That's when you see repeating numbers a lot. That's them just reminding you, all you have to do is ask of your own free will. We'll give you tons of confirmations and validations, etc. So I like that for you. What a hoot. Your mom and dad, I swear. All right. But that's what they have for you right now, Nelia. So many blessings to you. Thank you again for your donation. I appreciate that. They are so funny. All right. And then Naomi Gong, hello, hello. Thank you for the. You got number 5 super chat. So thank you for letting me be number 5, and thank you for your donation. And you'd love to hear any general messages that Spirit thinks you need to know right now. Right now. All right. Yes, that's my goal, Nelia. I know it's tears of joy and just feeling that overwhelming love, though. So they're with you always. They correct me up. All right. So Naomi, let's see, what does Spirit feel you need to know right now? What is for your benefit to know, right? I got those 2 and those 2 and that one and those 3. All right. Just gonna take a quick sip here. My mushroom coffee, yum yum. So we got the Hanged Man coming in here under the bottom of the deck. So the overall energy here is transformation. It is this looking at things differently, letting old things go so that new things can grow, like a caterpillar lets go of its outer skin so it can grow wings and go in those directions. You have the 3 of Wands under that too, which the 3 of Wands, yeah, spreading your wings, speaking of which is changing direction, and you changing direction and you deciding to go in a different avenue. So I like this that they're telling you that it's okay as you change and as you evolve, that's okay to make different choices, you know. We don't decide our entire lives and go and stick to it. We're like, I'm gonna head off in that direction. And then we go for a while and they're like, no, I'm gonna head off in this direction. And we go that far and then I'm gonna head off in this direction. And that's okay. That's okay to do. Because no one has ever figured out their life from day one and kept to it. It's always been life is a constantly moving maze of changes, and they're showing me Harry Potter in the Hogwarts castle, how the stairways change. It's like that's the way it is. Things are always changing, altering. So you just adapt and you change your like where you're going and those kind of things as well. All right. So let's take a look here. And what else we have here? So you've got here, yeah, you got this temperance and the ace of pentacles, the ace of earth. So temperance is patience, it's slow evolution. It's alchemy where you have two cups and they're going back and forth and back and forth. But each time this base metal is going back and forth between the cups, it's slowly transforming into gold. And so just allow the transformation, it'll happen in perfect timing. And the Ace of Pentacles, there will be this sudden, change that pops up and comes in. Um, yeah, because the gold is kind of happens out of nowhere. So all of a sudden, it's like things feel like with that Hanged Man, it's been transforming, and both the Temperance and the Hanged Man is about slowness and patience, and things are unfolding. And then suddenly, boom! Well, there's the opportunity we've been waiting for, and I like that. So this is coming here soon, and yeah, you're just working through a few more things regarding thoughts and beliefs because you've got the five of swords and the seven of swords. If you think of odd numbers as obstacles that are put in our way for us to kind of almost in a way be forced to face something, but it's because we wanted to. It's not being forced upon us. We asked before we came down here. So at this point in my life, do not let me forget this. You need to make sure I see this. Don't let me get beyond this until I work through it. And you're like, all right, sign here, initial here. We're not going to take that on ourselves. And so, if you think of like a seven, there's three on each side. So a six, there's this beautiful flow in the middle. But a seven, there's a one right in the middle. And that's the obstacle we can't get around until we face it. So the five of swords is like the conflict we have between our head and our heart and the transformation that we're having to allow an equal sitting at the table instead of the mind thinking it rules over everything. It already sent our little emotional child self 7 years old and younger when our mental self became started being created from 7 to 14. It was like it banished our emotional inner child to the basement, to the cellar, um, because it was safer for them and everyone else because rejection, punishment. We can't have you have an emotional outburst. You must go downstairs into the basement, and so that's been down there, and they have been controlled by the mind until this is where the we're having this meshing, this joining together of heart and mind that can walk hand in hand together. The seven of swords is becoming aware of our own thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that are deceiving us and keeping us from things. And so this is the kind of transformation that's going on with that temperance and the hanged man, which is why they're um, kind of having things going slower so that rather than continuing to do what we do based on these thoughts and beliefs, drawing in and having the same old experiences we've always had, they're slowing things down so that we don't draw in things that match that, giving us time to raise our vibration and draw in things that are of higher vibration with that, if that makes sense. And you got this two of pentacles, which is the balancing of the outside world. So, there is this balance again that's coming in. We like that. And yeah, all these, you got these twos. So you have the two of earth and the two of air. So the two of air, the two of swords, I usually is about closing our eyes and opening our hearts, allowing to have an equal seat at the table with the heart. And the two of earth is this balancing of things of the outside world. But there's this as above, so below, as below, so above, and kind of energy that comes in with that for you here. And it's, giving you the opportunity to bring a piece of your higher self down into this realm that helps you on the path with these things. You got the Six of Wands and the Knight of Water too. You got movement of emotion. Six of Water, is a movement. Actually, that's Six of Fire, not Six of Water. Sorry, it was the Six of Wands, which is celebration, victory, balanced energy. Three, again, like I was talking about the six, three ones on each side. So it's all this balancing type of energy that allows, it's like there's a clog in our emotions, and this is what opens up and allows love to flow at a greater pace. And we fill up with that love from above, and it fills out and it floods out to the world, and it enhances our ability to give and receive love to the humans too. But it's all about a journey. It's all about this, slow pace, but it happens on purpose for purpose so that you can, you know, uh, maintain that balance and develop this cohesive relationship. That's interesting, between your head and your heart. And there's no kiddie table anymore. They get to come and sit at the adult table. Both your emotional child, your mental child, your teenage child self, your physical child self, all of them, you're allowing everyone to come sit at the table and feel heard. And I like that for you. So I feel like that's what they want you to know right now, Naomi. Hopefully that makes sense. It's like, so if you feel like relationships are non-existent and distant, and there's a lot of stuff where you feel kind of pocketed away, it's because you're in this cocoon and it's happening on purpose. And soon, and I feel like very soon, this is going to be changing, like out of nowhere, like we said, it's just going to pop. So that's what they have for you. So many blessings to you. And thank you again for your donation. All right. And then Daisy, you are up. And thank you so much for your donation and the cup of coffee or tea, whatever that is, or is that serving up the tea? So you want to know, will A text you back this weekend? All right. Let's take a look here and see. Will A text you back this weekend? And what else do they want you to know here? Like, that's a yes or no question, but they're like, but let us continue. And I'm going to take a sip of my coffee. All right. So will they? Got the Queen of Air. That's Queen of Communication. So it feels like this is the balancing of head and heart as well. And I feel like that this is a yes here. The bottom of the deck, we do have the Fool card, which is an ending of an old cycle, a beginning of a new adventure that's free from a lot of expectations. Let's see what else we have here. Okay, so we got that. All right. So, we've got here these two cards coming out together. Here's the Lovers card and the World card. The ending. This is the last card in the major. I'm sorry, last card in the major arcana. Moving to the first cards. The endings and beginnings is reinforced here, that it's the ending of an old cycle around love and relationship and the beginning of a new cycle that's different. It's the Full card is one that's, like, oh, sorry, I had to pop my back. Feels so much better. It's this, freedom. It's not trying to have any expectations, any intentions, it's just enjoying an adventure and not trying to cage anyone. and it's different, and I just feel like that's what they're needing, that's what they're looking to have happen here. Because we got the 9 of fire too, the 9 of wands, which is, about barriers and, all that forest back here is keeping us from moving into it because it's blocking. And I feel like that the fear of being enclosed and trapped is what I feel is impacting. And so the more you can change your energy just to be like, you know what? I trust you, creator. You're going to bring the perfect person in the perfect way, in the perfect timing. And I'm just going to enjoy life for what it is. And when you do that, then the pressure's off. It's like a dog who can sense you're trying to trap it. And once you, not that they're a dog, but, you know, but once you're like, you know what? We're just going to have fun. Then they're like, yeah, yeah, tails wagging. Let's go have fun. Whereas before they were running from you because they didn't like, I'm not gonna, you're a dog catcher, aren't you? You're gonna put me in a kennel. No, no, I'm not gonna happen. And there's this freedom that comes in with this, which is interesting. So I like it because you're gaining here with that the mental stability with the 4 of swords and the high priestess too. She, steps back into her high priestess temple, connects higher, looks behind the veil, dives deep into emotions, does a lot of me work, and transformation, releasing of things. And this 4 of swords, has to do with swords are those expectations. The 3 of swords, normally the 4 of swords, you'll see someone sleeping on an ace of swords, and then 3 swords on the wall, which is the 3 of swords, which is normally a big heart with 3 swords stuck in it, representing expectations equal disappointment. All these rules equal, fear equal destruction because it sucks the life out of any interaction when there's fear because we're gone. We're out of our minds. We're not compassionate. We're not loving. We are in survival mode, survival of the fittest, and we end up being the only one left standing in the relationship, right? So I like this mental stability with the 4 of swords because this is this realizing what it is that we have ourselves under. We free ourselves from it, and then we also free any others from it too. And that's what allows things to flow and be an adventure instead of a task. So hopefully that helps. But I feel like they will text you back, but just be aware of the type of energy, the type of wording, it's realize, and maybe even just spend some time journaling and thinking about it this weekend. What are all these expectations I have on who someone is supposed to be to me and how they're supposed to treat me and talk to me and how it's supposed to unfold, and instead release it all to the creator and allow this energy to unfold, allow this, adventure feel without any rules, like a little kid who's hasn't learned no from people yet. It's just like the world is full of possibilities. There's no supposed to, need to, have to, must. It's going to be what it is, and how exciting it is to find out what it is. And I like that. So that's what's coming in for you there, Daisy. So thank you again so much for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. All right. So I think that is it for my donations right now. So we will move toward the top for the free readings and begin working our way down. Now, for these, I'm going to take one card from these enchanted fox. So let's give those a shuffle, and this will be for all readings. So we'll get these. All energized with the intention of answering all readings in order. Okay, those are done. And then we'll also do these sambucas. So we'll do one card from each. Just shuffle these up, get the energy going here one more time. All right, we are ready. Boom. They are connected. All right. So, Jean, hello, love. So, you'd like to ask any specific details about Virgo's divorce, like if it's close to being over or what the delays or blockages are, any time frames for action towards you, outcomes, underlying, anything. Help. So the decks that I'm using it for everyone. So I might have mentioned this before, but it might have been someone else. So this can apply, and I'll let you just see them. You got the Queen of Swords that's coming in here, which is balancing of heart and mind. And then the bottom of this one, we've got the Knight of Earth, which is the slowest moving knight out of them all. So there is that energy of balance and things taking its good old time under the bottom there, right? Hmm. So we've got the Star card, which is like a dream come true. But it's balancing energy though too. And the Five of Earth, Five of Pentacles has to do with these emotions of not emotions, but beliefs around lack, not having enough, being feeling abandoned, left behind out in the cold. And there's this fear of moving too fast and being left with nothing. And so I feel like they're dragging their feet because they know that their life will be upended. I feel like here there's a lot of dreaminess with the star coming in here. And excuse me. Throat chakra, right? Tickle in the throat suddenly. It's like they're having trouble speaking their truth. They're having trouble voicing. Um, I just feel like the blockages here are so much about their own worth, their own self-worth that comes in with all this, and they're really wanting just this, you know, freedom and self-sufficiency. But there's so much below the surface here, Gene, with this Five of Pentacles, because this has to do with their inner child, and what happens after that with the Six of Pentacles is this way out of balance, rate of giving and exchange where they feel they have to give so much and they deserve so little by coming in here, right? Let's shed some light on some things here. There we go. It was getting dark in here. Well, that's very bright. Um, there we go. So I don't know, Gene. I know you're attached to this Virgo, but it's like I feel like you've got like three brother type spirit guides that are like, we don't like them for you. We want someone else for you. And it's like, okay, that's mighty nice of you, but they're very protective of you. And I just feel like I don't I just feel like that their delays happen, of course, on purpose for us anyway, right? As things unfold. So we know that, if there's a delay, it is for us, but I still feel like it's like three big brothers that will beat up on someone that tries to date you. It's just like protecting their little sis, you know. But uh I just feel like they're trying to protect you from something because especially if they're in a divorce and they haven't finalized, they haven't healed, they're just gonna keep doing what they've always done and get what they've always gotten, right? And so it just feels like there's this delay, and I feel like it's getting to the point where it's time to let them go and just go, you know what? Um, I'm I've been waiting. You've been telling me things, but what people say and what I like Don't listen to people what people say, listen to what they show you. That's funny, right? Because it's see with your eyes and go, all right, you're showing me by your actions, not and if it doesn't match the words, then I'm going to trust the actions because people can say whatever they want to say and have the intentions that they have, but if they don't have the capacity to back up the intentions, then it's okay to change and to look at why why. And there's this kind of duality. Everything's a mirror, right? These thoughts and beliefs about what you deserve with this Five of Pentacles and with this dream come true. Why do you feel like your dream come true is them? And why don't you feel like you deserve more? Uh, is something that I feel is coming through to look at here too. Um, but I understand now why. Whenever I read for you with them, I felt this resistance. Now they've come through clearly. Your three big brother spirit guides are going. You know, the big burly, we don't like him for you. And it's like, okay, all right, but they understand, that they don't meddle. All they can do is, things are going slow on purpose for a purpose for you, by your soul, not by them, not without permission from your soul. But that's what's coming in here, there, Gene. So hang in there. I know it's hard to let go of some individuals, but I feel like you've been very, very patient. So there you go. All right. So much love to you, my friend. All right. So Jean. And then let's see here. So Nelia, your free reading, you are up next here. So a general reading for your workplace. All right. Let's see what's going on at the workplace. Oh my gosh. You got the 9 of Wands in one deck and 9 of Wands in the other. So there is this barrier that you kind of feel at work, force field that's up. And, we talked, and I think I was it you that I talked to the 6 of Pentacles about? If not, I posted it. Um, and I can post it again just in case. Because was that, where did I do that? Or maybe I didn't. Oh yeah, there it is. The 6 of Pentacles. So, the here, I'll just post it again. It's a good podcast episode because it really so much of us as children, as human children, we have this way out of balance giving and receiving that we're taught by, we give so much to a parent or a guardian, whoever was important in our life, 7 years old and younger, we give so much to them. And we get so little back because they're busy with life and the other siblings and friends and family and work and blah, 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 that we don't get as much as we want. And so we develop this way out of balance giving and receiving. Well, that comes into work and school and everything else in our life. We have this way out of balance rate of exchange, feeling like I have to give so much to deserve so little. This 9 of Wands and this that come in here, it talks about about our little inner child, the emotional inner child that's been banished to the cellar. They're the ones in charge of the force field that goes up, that repels things out of our life, that keeps things from coming in. They're the ones that we can bring that rate of exchange from our unconscious and subconscious to our consciousness, question it, and bring it down to 1 to 1. Then those force fields go down. They break the chalk because they've been hatch marking, keeping track of those 1,000 coins that you have to give and before you deserve something. And I feel like this is what comes in here because I feel like with work, you might feel like you're hitting a glass ceiling or a wall, like you can't get a position, you can't get a raise, a promotion, bonuses, whatever, progress, or the job that you want, and it's because your inner child's like, no, 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 we don't deserve it yet. Got to work extra overly hard for it. And especially with 2 9 of Wands coming in, it's like, yeah, it's hitting our head. Usually they'll have like the original Rider-Waite tarot will have the 9 wands, and there's someone with a bandage on their head because they've been hitting their head up against this wall over and over and over. But the solution is in there, bringing that out of balance together, bringing that out of balanceness into balance. Then it drops, and then things start to flow in, progress starts to happen. So I feel like that's what they want you to know right now, Nelia. So if you haven't checked out that video, definitely check it out and see how that resonates there for you. All right. So that what they got for you there. So many blessings to you. All right. And we are to Miniheel. So Miniheel, scroll down here. You want to know the looks or appearances of your future spouse. All right, let's see what they're willing to tell you here. All right. So we've got the Sun card, which is Leo energy. So fire signs are very, handsome, beautiful, very striking, right? They're like vampires that are designed to be beautiful to attract us. That's what they always crack me up. But and so I like that energy. They have that kind of, it's like a lion's mane. They have beautiful hair, beautiful face, beautiful, just striking eyes, and they stand out. And I like that there. The Four of Wands is balanced energy too, but the Four of Wands is the marriage and celebration card. And for me, that means they have, with the sun, is a lot of brightness, but with this Four of Wands being celebration and joyfulness, they're also glowing. So they've got a great smile. They've got this glow about them, just this presence of, like a sparkle in their eye as well. So, very good cards, and they're giving you a little bit more, a little bit more. They don't want to give you, like I see on, I think it's on YouTube, see these or Instagram where they have someone who can draw your future love, and they'll do a portrait, and they're like, "Look, it was them," It's like that's awesome that some people can have that ability. I'm sure to do that, but I'm also pretty sure that spirit's like, it's all about the scavenger hunt and the discovery, not just like, here's their name and address and their phone number and their picture and their background check. It's like, okay, they'll give us some things on this, journey of the scavenger hunt. But our soul likes the discovery. On the other side, we want to know something, we know it. Boring compared down here where they're like, it's great that you can go on this, hunt and try to find something and try to go in, a direction and find the treasure. It's all about the adventure, not the satisfaction of it, right? So I know you're like, no, I want to know it all. Can I get that? So that's what they have for you, Maneo. So many blessings to you. And then Dollface Diva, you want messages from Spirit. So you got the Six of Pentacles, the Six of Earth, and the Seven of Swords. So here's this progression. Didn't we have this earlier? Maybe it wasn't you, but it feels like there was sixes to sevens, and that there's this. The Seven of Swords is the awareness of our own thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that, are deceiving us, cheating us out of things. We feel like it's thieving things out of our lives. And it's because it's up here, the stories of belief that we have that we don't believe we deserve, with that Six of Earth. I just posted the Six of Pentacles. Take 10 was then. I probably have mentioned that to you before, but I just feel like there is this energy here of equal balancing that's coming in. And I feel like it's an important thing here to understand what we feel we deserve and what we feel we have to do. There's this, um, belief that I don't like, I have to work hard to get things. It's like, no, I don't have to work hard to have abundance and have things come into my life. All I have to do is show up as a me, and that's enough. And I feel like this is the message that they're bringing in here for you, is that there's this old belief that you have to work so hard to get so little, and it's not true. It's you just get to show up as you. You are deserving just as you are to receive bounties of things. And if you feel like you're not having things come into your life and you haven't checked out that Six of Pentacles, definitely do that, because there's some reconciliation that we can do within our being, between, those individuals in our life that we felt we gave so much to and got so little back when we were younger. And this forgiveness, this release that allows this, brings down that equal giving and receiving where we do open up ourselves to abundance. So I feel like that's the message that's coming in here for you right now. I hope that resonates. Right. So many blessings to you at Dollface Diva. All right. And let's see, we did that one. So, and let's see here. I think Critica. Oh, free reading. There it is. Okay. I was like, I thought we did one, but now I see it. This is the free reading one. So, Critica, thank you for your donation earlier. And for your free reading, you want to know, will positive communication happen between Anavesh and you in the near future? All right. Well, we got the Five of Wands, which is conflicting energy, and the Two of Coins, which is balancing. And the five is a number of change, so it's like there's some energy that's changing, and whatever this is that's unfolding, it's some conflicting energy that's working itself out that will balance out, and then you will get some positive communication coming in, um, from them. I'd say it's, well, let's see, it's June 27th. And I don't feel like it's doesn't necessarily, it depends, with this energy, because it's all about choice and possibility. I'm feeling like it's within 2 weeks that there will be this positive communication that will happen. And I was almost thinking by the end of the month, and I'm like, well, not quite the end of the month. Maybe like within the first week of July, there'll be some significant movement, I feel, with this energy that's coming in with this. It's the working out of this, the balancing, which allows the stars to be in alignment and the communication to be open. So I just feel like there's a lot of whatever this conflict is. I don't feel like this conflict has to do with you with this Five of Wands. I feel like they are conflicted. They've got conflict in their life, like drama going on around them, and they're just trying to get through all that, and then things will balance out, and then I feel like there will be open communication that will happen there based on current energies. So that's what they have for you, Kritika. So many blessings to you. And then Ateshi Singh, you want to know what will happen next time when you see SP in person. All right, let's take a look here. What will happen? Oh my gosh. So I had the Nine of Wands twice there. You got the Wheel of Fortune twice. This is a very positive. Your human side is definitely going to be happy about the outcome, because the Wheel of Fortune is the fortune is the tune of for you, and everything in our life always happens for us. But when sometimes our human side, of course, is like, and I don't get it. How is that for me? Really, how is that? Explain to me. How is that for me? Um, but when the Wheel of Fortune comes out, and twice in this case, this is our humans on board going, "Oh, I see why that's for me. I get it." And they're on board. So I feel like it's going to be a positive outcome that your human side is very pleased about. So I like that. All right. So that is what they have for you, Ateshi. So many blessings to you. All right. So we're working our way down the list here. All right. So we are down to Alice. Hello, hello. So around how much longer do you have to wait for Harris to contact you? All right. Okay. Well, We have progression. You got the 7 of air, which is the 7 of swords, which is all about thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that make them feel like they're being deceived, and thoughts that do deceive them and steal from their lives, and that. And the 8 of coins, the 8 of pentacles is showing that they're putting the work in there, and and that does show progression. Again, the 7 to the 8, but the 8 of pentacles shows progression in the outside world, that there's movement coming with that. And 7 and 8, I feel like July and August is the energy, and it all depends on how much they really look at these thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that make them feel, you know, like they're being deceived by people, and that, they're deceiving themselves. So they've been working on themselves. So I feel like, that 7 and 8 are really standing out. So I feel like July at the earliest, which is like a week away, and August, end of August. So you've got this period of time of possibility, depending on how much work that they're doing within themselves, right? Um, and so we'll see how that goes. Because I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna pull a charm. I feel like I just don't know how much. Well, we got a key coming in here, so they have the key. They just need to put it in the damn lock and turn it. I like that. Your spirit guys are sassy. They have the key. Why aren't they just that's all you have to do. Unlock the door. And they're standing there with the key. It's like trying to get a little 2-year-old in a house. Unlock the door. Huh? It's like, come on, open the door. All right. Well, that's what's coming in for you, Alice. So enjoy. All right. So many blessings. And then we've got Orchid Rain. Hello. So, will he contact you soon? So, another contacting soon. Let's see what we have here. All right. There's the Knight of Swords is movement of communication. So, I feel like they will. You got the death and the rebirth card coming in here, which means there's a significant ending and beginning that happens in their life that uh, triggers them to contact you, and um, and so I feel like there is going to be movement of that. Sorry, Alice, sooner than Alice. I don't feel like it's going to be July and well, it could be July, but not like August. I feel like there's something significant happening really soon here, even like this next week, where they're like, whoa, it just really hits them. And so I feel like 4th of July week, um, anytime that week, I kind of feel like is when they'll be reaching out, because whatever has hit hard. And it just really is waking them up to, sometimes someone needs a good kick in the butt, a zap in the butt to really realize, whoa, a wake up of life and seeing what's important. But I feel like there is this significant change that happens. It could even be a death in the family. It could be that extreme because it's a major arcana. So, but I feel like it's going to be, very soon. Like I just feel like the because next week is the last week of June. The week after that is the week of 4th of July. So I feel like a week from tomorrow, Sunday, all the way through 4th of July weekend is where I feel like this energy um, for this, based on current energy anyway. So that's what's coming in, Orchid Rain. So hang in there. All right. So we'll continue moving down the list. We got Alana. Hello, hello. Um, oh, good. So you love the reading from the last live. I love that. So what else do you need to know about your XH? Uh-oh. Let's take a look here. All right. Yeah. So you've got the Emperor card and the 10 of Pentacles. So the 10 of Pentacles does represent like a relationship type of card, because it's the end of, not the end, but the completion of everything, like the fullness of life, the partner, the child, the home, the etc., etc., etc. And the Emperor card is Aries energy. Hey, you're here. So, they're with the combination of these two coming in, I just feel like they're in this phase of trying to decide what a relationship means. What does a full life mean? What does this mean? What does that mean? Blah, blah, blah. They were inundated with so many opinions and trying to please so many people. They made so many decisions that were for everyone else and not themselves, that I feel like they've kind of cleared the the throne room, and they're trying to decide, what is it that I want in life? What does all this mean for me? Not what everyone's telling me I'm supposed to. What does this mean for me? And they're kind of in this rebel mode where they're kind of restarting everything in their life. I just feel like it's a giant reboot of where I want to live, what job I want, who I want to be with, who I don't want to be with. All these types of, energies that come in, with this type of um it's just like it's a reboot of their entire life, like I said. So it just feels a whole revamp, um, a whole change. And it makes sense. I feel like you get that they were making decisions and under constant pressure to try try to be everything to everybody. People pleasing with a capital P, two capital P's, people pleasing. And now they're just like going through like a a sort of identity crisis, but they're trying to identify, who am I? And it could be, sometimes that happens with a Saturn return where around, like, 28 and 29 is our first Saturn return, and then 5 years before and 5 years after that, so anywhere between 23 and like 33, it starts to impact us. But the culmination is like 28 and 29 years old. We're like, all the stuff I've been taught, I'm questioning, and I'm looking at my life going, is this what I want to believe? And this is the kind of energy I'm feeling from them, is that they're just kind of, everything's up in the air, and they're trying to figure out who they are and what they want. He's 21. Yeah. So I feel like um, and it's interesting because I hear it so much from younger generations now. And I feel like that the energy is expanding because of the Aquarius and Pluto. We're going through the rebel stage. I feel it's like it's magnifying this Saturn return and rebel nature coming in, of like, what do I want to do? Who do I want to be? Kind of stuff, coming in. So, um, yeah, I definitely feel like there's this whole shebang going on with him here. Um, it's this age that we're heading into. Everybody's starting to question things earlier and earlier and earlier, which is good because they need to be. The old ways, the Aquarius energy is the old ways don't work for us anymore. And we need new ways to where we're headed. And that's the kind of energy that Saturn brings in, but Aquarius amplifies it with their energy that's very much the rebel. So that's what I'm feeling coming in here, Elena. Absolutely. Well, he's going to choose right for him. It may not be what we want for them, but that's going to be for them. They're having this come in, they used to say, come into Jesus. It's like, all right, they just can't take it anymore. They need a change coming in here. But all this pressure of trying to be what they thought everyone wanted them to be is just a lot. They had to numb a lot of pain, um, with all this, because the fear of disappointing so many people, it drove me to, I almost killed myself at 22. You said 21, 22, because of it, feeling like I was letting down the world. So, you know, it's very much this, I'm going to choose a different life, and I'm going to choose for me instead of everyone else. And I like that for him. So, and you get to choose for you too. That's good, right? All right. Well, that's what they have for you, my dear. So many blessings to you. All right. Let's see. We are down over here. And then etc., etc. You are up. You want to know, did Jim find your YouTube channel? Uh-oh. What-oh. What kind of channel is this? Let's take a look here. With the King of Pentacles and the Chariot movement and victory, solid feelings here. I feel like it's a whatever whatever is best for you, this is what's unfolding here, because the Chariot card is victory and positive action, and the King of Pentacles is a solid foundation in the outside world. So if you didn't want them to find it, they didn't. If you wanted them to find it, then they did. So it's whatever is the, you know, what would make you happy. That's what it's saying here. It's like positive outcome. So whatever that means for you, they're saying it's a positive for you. I'm like, okay, good. So that's what's coming in for you there. Nothing to worry about is what it basically is saying with those cards. All right. So that's what they have for you. So many blessings. All right. And Nene, hello. So is CA going to marry DC? All right. It looks like they're headed that direction. We've got the Two of Water, the Two of Cups. It's all about important relationships. And the Ten of Swords is letting go of expectations, letting go of all the supposed to be's and should be's and need to be's and all these restrictions. And if they can do that, then I feel like they move forward, because when we meet someone and they're like this and we have no expectations because we didn't know who they were, we think they're wonderful, right? And as we date and date exclusively and we get engaged, we become less and less and less amazing until we get married, then bam, and then we feel less than. So if we can drop our expectations, which are all these supposed to be, should be, need to be, have to be, must be's, and we start focusing on what we're grateful for in someone instead of who someone's not being, then I do feel like that does move forward. But I feel like they're at this crux where if they have all these expectations and are focusing on who someone is not being, that will suffocate the relationship. And it's like if you have a candle and a glass globe or a cylinder, and you put something on top of it, not your hand, it'll burn. If you put like a book or something, you'll see the flame burn up the oxygen, it'll and go out. And that's what happens in relationships with all of our expectations. All those supposed to be's and should be's and need to be's and have to be's and must be's and all those things that come in. It's like, no, it's it'll suffocate the relationship. And so if they can get rid of those with that Ten of Swords and just release that and start focusing on what they're grateful for in one another, then it's very positive for them there. So that's what's coming in, Nene. So many blessings to you. All right. So moving down the list here, Madam Bird, hello, hello. You are very welcome for your reading. And you want to know, you'd love a general reading regarding love for next week. All right. Ooh, okay. Well, I like it for you. You got the Page of Fire, which is a higher attraction, a higher energetic and physical attraction to the King of Cups. King of Cups is, they roll over the water cups with the Queen, but all kings are given a second portion of air. So they're a great balance between heart and mind. And when you look at that, that's such an ideal partner. It's such a, I keep on thinking collaborative, but it's, just a good fit. And so I feel like that you are able here next week to meet this individual that's coming in here, because the Page of Fire is new higher passion, and this individual that is just such a good match, such a good you know I'm just gonna say collaborative. It's not the word that I'm looking for, but you know what I'm talking about. So I definitely feel it here. Page of Fire ones, it's the possibilities. That's the energy of manifesting a possibility. So the more you focus on what you're grateful for around love that you've had in your life, that you trusting spirit's going to bring the perfect person in the perfect way in the perfect timing, not focusing on wanting, I want love. Because if you do that, you push it further away because you're telling the universe you like the wanting of love, but not the having of love. And so you can ask the universe, go, I'd really love to have a relationship with someone, but I'm going to trust you that you're going to bring the perfect person, perfect at perfect timing. Then you stop the wanting, you just keep the gratitude going and thanking them and going, I know I trust you and I love you and I'm excited. And these are the things I loved about past relationships. And you focus on gratitude, 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 then the universe is like, all right, I'll give you more of that, and that's what comes in with that here. So just be aware of your energies, and there's a great possibility that you'll come across their path next week with this King of Cups. So I like it. Right. That's what they have for you, Madam Bird. So many blessings to you. All right. And then Day Sturgis, you are up next. Anyone at a general reading? Sorry, I just need to take a sip of my coffee. All right. So you've got the Knight of Coins, the Knight of Pentacles, and the Queen of Water, the Queen of Cups. It's interesting because that was a big sigh, wasn't it? But the Knight of Coins is the Knight of Pentacles, the slowest moving knight out of all the knights. So there is this progression, there is this movement, but this Knight of Pentacles is serving your Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups, queen rules over cups, and all the queens get a second portion. She's very psychic, very empathic, very connected to spirit, very connected to her emotions. She's the master of emotion. And I feel like this story of this Knight of Pentacles is serving the Queen of Cups in your life, in that they are slowing down the movement of things to give you time to raise your love vibration, to give you time to really reflect, dive deep, and swim in those deep waters, to have those things bubble up. And it has to do with ruling over your emotions, kind of like the Eight of Cups energy is coming in, where you're becoming aware. They're giving you time to regain and build up this emotional energy to prepare for love to come your way. And it's about looking at what friendships, relationships, family, friends, whoever that you're investing love energy in, and realizing how much you're overgiving in areas to back off, at least about 50% maximum. And, some relationships are, teeter totter, but these are the ones that are always teetered. So you're going to totter it, where you're going to, you know, bring it to, you know, where you're like, well, I've been giving 80, 90% for years. I'm going to back off to 50. I'm the one keeping these relationships alive. And you're investing so much energy that it's not a good investment anymore. It's taught you what you needed to learn, but you're evaluating. This is what they're coming in here with this Queen of Cups, that it's time to just let it go and or back off. And then if they don't make up the difference, it'll drift away, and then you can get the full amount back. And then it's about also looking at any emotions that you have suppressed and pushed down below the surface, because that takes energy, to emotional energy, to keep those down underneath the surface. And as you allow those to come up and transform them, then that energy comes back to you. But this Knight of Coins is having things go slow to give you time to build up that energy, so that this relationship that's coming in, you have the emotional resources and energy available for them. So that's what they have for you right now, Dave Sturgis. So I like it. So many blessings to you. And then Cherry, you are up next. So how will Ali or Ali feel towards you in 1 year from now? No contact. All right. Hey, Cherry. Let's take a look here. 1 year from now. Wow, they're going through a huge, wow, just transformation. It got the Hierophant, which represents their higher self, calling them to this higher place to see things from a higher perspective, to gain clarity on the capital T truth of who do they really want to be? What do they really want out of life? Who do they want to be with? All that. And then Ace of Swords does the same thing. Ace of Swords is higher knowledge. It allows us to access the capital T truths of the higher realm. The energy I'm feeling with all this is that they're not going to be the same person a year from now, and they're going to want different things in life and want, different outcomes and things. So they're really going through a big, like their world is being shaken here. And I feel by then you will also, because this is a mirror for you, that you won't be the same person you are as you are now. You look at yourself 6 months ago, you're not even who you were then. So I feel like, they're reminding me of, I mean, there was actually there was like two people I was so attracted to in my life, and they happened to be with someone, and um and then when they were single, then I was with someone, and then when I was single, it was like that where we talked and, different things, but when it became where we were both single, it had been a couple years, that when we went to go have dinner or whatever, it was gone. It wasn't there. We both had changed so much that it was like, well, everything for a reason, I guess. It's like, up, and it happened with two people. You're just like, all right, well, such c'est la vie. So I kind of feel like that's what they're saying here is just, let them, there's no contact, they're going in their direction, and that's okay. It's on purpose, for you, and just trust that. And then I feel like it's time for you to, yeah, that's the energy I'm getting. So I would feel like it's, time to go, all right, you know what, I'm not going to worry about that. I'm going to just go live my passions of my life. And that's where you're going to meet someone. I feel like you have changed your desires. It's like a caterpillar to a butterfly. Caterpillars love eating leaves, but butterflies want nectar, and they go to flowers instead of munching on leaves. And they actually help, it's almost like, they help cross pollinate like bees do in a way. And it's great. You've changed, your desires have changed, and so it's time for you to go do what you love to do in life. And in doing what you love, you're going to also bump into someone who's doing what they love, and you love doing some of the same things, and then there's the spark between the two of you. And that's the difference of I like how spirit goes, don't let our hobby, finding love becomes our hobby, and that's our passion. It's like, no, they're like, no, replace that hobby with things that you love to do, how you can express yourself creatively, painting, pottery, whatever it may be that you want to do, go do that. And then you're going to meet somebody in doing that, but because you're doing what you love, they're going to love you for who you are, and with your passions as well. So, but it takes letting go of them to move forward. And they've acted as the anchor to keep you where you're at for now, but that's time's over. So it's time to go, all right, I'm gonna go start living life, and I'm gonna meet the love of my life that loves loves I have for my life. I like that. Absolutely. You're very welcome, Cherry. Enjoy. All right. So let's see. We have that here. We have there. We did that one. We did that one. All right. So Olivier Vergara, you want to know, does is Harry able to reproduce to have more family? Oh, okay. Is he is he okay? Well, we got the two of cups and the two of fire. So they have the passion and the ability to reproduce. Yep. There, that is definitely a very clear message. So it does feel like they do here because they've got the fire and the passion and the magic with the two of fire, and the two of cups is coupling. So so there you go. That's what's coming in there. So easy breezy, short and easy. All right, many blessings to you. All right. And then lovely Lovey. Hello, hello. So energy reading on Athena towards Darabi. He's preventing her from communicating with her maternal side of her family and friends. All right, let's take a look here and see what Spirit wants you to know about their interactions here. Yeah, I see here. So, we have the King of Wands, which you know, is like the Emperor energy. And so it can be controlling, that's when the difference between a loving emperor who is loved and a feared emperor who is a tyrant, a dictator. I feel like that's the kind of energy, especially when we're looking at this, that it's a very fiery, controlling energy. And the Eight of Swords is her own fears of what makes her feel blinded and bound and trapped. So, that you know, um, yeah, it's not uh out of love that she's doing and not communicating, it's out of fear and, manipulation, and that's what this dual energy that's coming in here, right? Um, yeah. And, it can be, an abusive type of energy, right? Because people can manipulate out of fear emotionally and not be physically abusive, but I feel like they're like, if you talk to them, then I'm leaving. Okay, I won't do it then because they become so important in their life and they fear, oh no, you'll never find love again. And so they're very much manipulated with that Eight of Air. They're like mummified, right? They feel like they're trapped. They can't do anything. So yeah. So do with that what you will. I mean, that's the energy that's coming in here. I mean, if there can be an arrangement where we go visit and go, "Hey, we just thought we'd stop by and say hello. Everything okay?" You know, look for the slipping of the notes and help and run, or arranging to, depending on where they work. I don't feel like she's in danger. I just feel like it's out of fear of them leaving them. They're being manipulated, but not abusive, like physically abusive. I don't feel like with this. I feel like they're just very controlling, and so they're like, fine. Well, I'm just gonna leave then. Go live with your family. Go be with them then if you love them more. Oh no, no, don't, no, 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 no. That kind of thing. And so I feel like there's this. Um, they're trapped, and that's what happens. A lot is that when they're controlling their environment and they become their everything, then they're afraid to lose their everything. And we lose perspective of life because we're just like, you're my everything. It's almost like being in a cult in a way where it's like, whatever you say goes. I'm so sorry. Don't leave me. Don't hate me. That type of thing. Because she's got a lot of fears about her self-worth, and so they play off that too. So I don't feel like there's like danger, but I feel like there needs to be, you know and we can send them love, and we can, when they're ready, they'll be done with it, right? But because we can't decide for someone else, but we can check in out of love, if they live nearby, you know um oh, okay. Oh, that makes total sense then. So, yeah, that does make sense. Okay. All right, yeah, so much more, yeah, that totally makes sense, because it's like, "No, daddy, no, don't be mad at me," manipulating. He is her world, so there is that energy there, but I don't feel like, yeah, so definitely, I just feel like they're, you know, manipulating him emotionally and going, "Well, you don't love dad? You wanna live with someone else?" "No, no, no, no. I wanna be with you," "Ooh," little kid, so that makes sense, but I don't feel like she's in danger, so he's the dad. Alright, so that's what they got for you, lovey, lovey, so many blessings to you. We'll send her lots of little love. Eventually, she'll become a teenager, and then he'll want to, send her back to her mom. Right? It's like, "Oh god. She's about ready to start her cycle. I need to send her somewhere else, or I'm gonna end up dead." He'll be in danger, not her. Alright. Alright, so much love to you, lovey. Alright. Yeah. Right. So Dorella, Caparelli, hello, hello. So, oh yeah, you're able to ask a question. So if you're still here, you can ask your question. You're very welcome, lovey. So definitely ask your questions. You never have to ask questions. You just pop them in, and I will get to them. So Lucky, hello, Master Brother. Zen and yoga are essential here. Oh, you are so very welcome. Thank you. You're so kind. All right. Namaste to you too. All right. And then Patricia, Spirit's message on getting away at this time. Small trip, money's tight. Let's take a look here. Wow, look, you got the Queen of Cups, which is very empathic, and the Six of Water is this is childlike energy and home kind of energy. So um whatever home is, it feels very familial, like family. And I don't know if you don't live back home, like if you is there a cousin or a family or someone that you want to go visit? And I feel like if you if you do, then there's someone, um that you can go, like you can drive there, right? And you can go, "Hey, um I'd love to come see you, but I don't want to, impose. Let me know sometime when we could come." And I just, money's tight. So I would, if I can crash on your couch, or like, "Oh, no, we have an extra bedroom anytime, blah, blah, blah." You know, I feel like that's the kind of thing that can unfold here with all that. But trust your heart and follow your heart, because it's all about emotion. And if it's mom, uh, or someone very mother, this Queen of Cups feels very motherly, Luna too. But Six of Waters is like childhood friend, childhood family kind of energy that comes in here. So I feel like you can, and that's like something that you can do, because with money being tight, then generally people will say, "Oh yeah, come here. No, you can stay here, and and we'll cook dinner and da da da." And then you don't have meals. Not that you're using someone. This is you going to visit someone, and it's a win-win kind of thing, because you want to reconnect with an old cousin you haven't seen in forever, or something like that, or an aunt or an uncle. So I feel like that's the kind of energy that's coming in, Patricia. So if that makes sense, that's what I feel is coming through. All right, so many blessings. I'm all leaning down over here. Lazy, come on, bruddaZEN, snap up. All right. And then Happy Pill, you are up. So a general reading for you. Let's see what Spirit has. Oh wow, look at this. You got the Lover's card and the Five of Cups. So the Five of Cups has normally, yeah, they got kind of unique with this one. Normally, it's like they're crying over three spilt cups, and there's two cups behind them. Here's the Two of Cups that are behind them, And I feel like what's coming in here, it feels like a love reading, that there's this, or a transformation of emotion, either one, but it's this movement of from lower vibration to higher vibration, and realizing that every moment is this, choice of what I want to feel. And it's either lower vibration related to fear or higher vibration related to unconditional love. And when we're ready, when we're tired of dealing with the spilt cups and that lower vibration, those feelings of pain and suffering that we're choosing, when we're ready, there's always a second choice. And neither's right, neither's wrong. They just bring us different experiences. And I feel like the lover's card is important because it's like when we're focused on the lower vibrational energy, we're going to be bringing in relationships and people that match that, right? Like attracts like. But when we raise our love vibration, we draw in a higher vibration. So if we're going to continue to be and vibrate at the emotional vibration we're going to continue to do what we've always done and get what we've always gotten. But if we raise our love vibration, we'll draw in a different type of relationship than we've had before. And I like this kind of energy that's coming in here, because I feel like it's okay to feel what we were feeling, but I feel like the message that's coming in from your spirit guides is like, you asked us to tell you when it was about this time, and it's about this time. So just a little heads up that it's like Dances with Wolves when Kevin Costner fell in love, as a cavalryman with a Native American Indian woman who had lost her husband, and she was in mourning, and they were falling in love, but they couldn't act on it because she was in mourning. And then one day, I think it was the chief, he was like, all right, the mourning is over. And she came flying out of her tent with dressed in all white instead of darker colors. And it was time for love. And it's like, that's what I feel like, at the time is choosing. The time is being announced of changing from lower to higher vibration, love, joy, gratitude, laughter, and that is what draws in a higher vibrational relationship for you. So I like that for you. So that's what's coming in for you. Happy Peel. So many blessings to you. And then Julie, you wanted a message from your future self. All right. So wow, you've got this emotional stability with the Four of Cups and the Knight of Wands coming in. So I feel like there's some the Knight of Wands is the fastest moving knight out of them all. And so there is this fast movement of, I just feel like equal love that's coming into your life or being ignited in your life. And it just feels very give and receive and very reciprocal, and passionate as well. But it's love of the heart, and then also a lot of energetic and physical attraction and desire for passion, fast movement. And I just feel like this comes out of nowhere, where you just recognize someone. It's like, it's almost like someone emerges from the woods behind you, and you're like, oh, hey. And you're like, hey. And you're like, wow, this is interesting. So I like that, that kind of energy that's coming in here for you. So um, be on the lookout. I just feel like it's someone that's just going to suddenly be there, and totally unplanned, totally no one, it's like totally out of the blue. And I just feel like there's this great connection between the two of you, both in the heart and in the body. Wah, wah, wah. All right, Julie. But that's what's coming in for you. So many blessings to you. All right. Infinity, thank you so much for your donation. We'll jump down there. So we're leaving off with Carmel Damon. You'll be up next for the free reading. Let's give that some love and a like there. Thank you so much for that. And I feel like I'm going to grab another deck here because I'm in the middle of this one. Let's see here. Is it this one? Is it this one? Is it this one? Da-da-da-da. The Ancestral Path Tarot. Bum, bada, bum. So let's take a look here Infinity, and you want to know, does the Aquarius have feelings for you romantically? All right, let's see here. Have they activated their romantical sensory system? These Aquarians are pretty in their heads. We are air signs. Queen of Swords, balancing of the head and the heart. So it feels like that answers my question, that they are starting to, they have their I almost said something else. Their head up there. No, 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 it's not their head up their butt. It's that their their head is going into their heart, and allowing this interaction. So I like that. Woo, shoo. Let's see. I feel like at least okay. That reveals that. So that reveals to that. Okay, let's see what we got here. Yeah, they're very busy here. They got the 10 of Wands. They've got a lot of activity, a lot of things they're focusing on in their life, kind of overcommitted, burning the candle at 10 ends. But I like this balancing that comes in with the Queen of Swords, though. Let's see what else. Yeah, Queen of Cups. So here's the emotions that are flowing really a lot beneath the surface. So much so that some is balance, bubbling up. So I do feel it's there. Five of Cups. More emotion. I guess there is emotion. This is movement of lower vibrational emotion to higher vibrational emotion. A change of emotion. I like that. And let's see here what we got here. Oh my gosh. Okay. So, yeah. They are thinking about things too, of course, because like we said, they are an air sign. We got the Prince of Swords, which is movement of thought and belief and mindset, and then the Justice card. They got the Ace of Swords balancing out the thinking around things too. So, all of this Queen of Swords balance movement of thought and belief and mindset, and all this emotion that's coming too. That would definitely be a yes, especially with your last two cards are the Seven of Cups and the Nine of Cups. Nine of Cups is like emotional dreams come true and flow of emotion. And the Seven of Cups, I feel like they're trying to understand their emotions, and they can see themselves looking into the same emotion with you, but this is like the water bearer. It's funny because one of my friends who's married to an Aquarius, she told me that just every once in a while, she just has to ask her husband for one of the containers of emotion. They're like, "You guys contain your emotions." I'm like, "Yep, we're water bearers. We know how to put our emotions in Tupperware. You just have to ask them for one, and they'll share it with you." So, that's the thing with it depends on the rest of their chart, of course, too. I think they had a lot of air in their chart. I have a ton of water in mine, even though I'm Aquarius. Sun, I'm like over over balanced into the water emotional element of things. So of course that's different for everyone, but I like that for him. So definitely I feel like they do have romantic feelings bubbling up. With all of that, I mean, how many 5, 6 cups emotions cards coming in there? So definitely I feel like they've got emotion bubbling up to the surface, and they are balancing it with their head and their heart. So that's good. They're not freaking out about it. So that's good. All right, so that's what they have for you. So many blessings to you. Infinity, thank you again for your donation. And Jenneroo! Jerinere. Okay, yeah. Thank you for your donation via the Cash app. Appreciate that. And let's see here. All right. And yeah, the Cash app don't generally have a nice place to put your question. Jer Nero. Okay, Jerry Nero. So yeah, pop your question in there, and we will prioritize you there. And let me just see here. We're getting close to the end of the session here, but let's see. We've got Carmel. We got Buddy Box, Venue, Aisha, Pujo Pita, Cassidy, or Cassidy. I think I might have jumped ahead. Queen Bean, Infinity for a free one there, and Dorella Caparel, and Kathy Cope. So I've got about 9. So I will come back. In fact, let me grab a screenshot here while I'm waiting here. There's your question. Awesome. So we'll grab these. So you just want to know if the guy that you played Pokemon with and drunk Uno with misses you. You stopped talking to him because you were getting weird vibes. All right, yeah, let's take a look here, and we'll use these ancestral path tarot here. And for everyone that those people I just mentioned for the free readings, in here in about 5 minutes or so, as soon as I'm done with this reading, I'm going to head off and spend about an hour with my Praying Mantis members, but I will be back on after that. I'll take a little bit of break in between, and then I'll come back on and finish out all of those readings. So it just might be a little bit, but I will be back on for that. All right. So let's take a look here. Do they miss you? Let's take a look. All right. All right. So we got 1 and 2. I got those 2 here. Anything else? Nope. All right. Let's see the bottom of the deck here. So the overall energy is like the bottom of the deck here, they've got the Judgment card, which is like their higher self calling them to another place. Let's see what these other 4 cards are coming in here too. Yeah, we got the 4 of Cups, emotional stability. Maybe they're at a facility getting assistance. I'm just kidding, with their weird vibes. The 10 of Sacred Circles. So, this is this 10 of Pentacles. There's this, I feel like they went into a relationship. Let me see what these other are here. Yeah. They got Ace of Wands. They had a new love interest, and the Princess of Cups is the Page of Cups, a higher love. So I feel like they think of you, but I feel like they've moved into another relationship with all these cards coming in here. I feel like they just, don't know if they're like a serial monogamist or something like that, where they just jump, and they look for relationships. And I feel like they're in one right now with all of these cards, because the 4 of Cups, the emotional stability, the partnering card of the 10 of Pentacles, Ace of Wands, new passion, Princess of Cups, new love, and then the Judgment card with that calling to a new place. And interestingly enough, they've got all these beds that are here too. Yeah, it's like bed, 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 bed. It's like different dimensions. It's like that tells me serial monogamy, that I'm looking for love on love and love and love. They just are like they love being in love kind of energy. So I feel good about the decision you made. Feel it's validated. It's like high five or fist bump, elbow bump. So yeah, I think that's good. Good move. Trust that that gut instinct for sure. All right, so that's what they have coming in there for you. So thank you again for your donation, and you can feel good about your decision. All right. Right, everybody. I think that I have all of the screenshots. Like I said, when I return in about an hour and a half, I will come back and complete I think I just have a couple of handfuls of readings. in Carmel Daemon. You will be up there, and then once I finish the stream, when I come back, the on that stream, I'll put a um, pinned comment in the order in which I completed those, so that you can find your reading really easily as well. So it'll just be about an hour and a half before I come back on. So appreciate your patience in getting back to those. And thank you guys again for all the thumbs up and all the support. I really appreciate all of that. You're part of the love tsunami and helping us spread love throughout the world. And I appreciate all your thirst for hearing from Spirit. And remember, every second of every day of our lives, we are eternally and unconditionally loved by the Mother and the Father of all things, our Creator. And of course, I love you guys too. So if you need something to do while you're waiting, we do have solstice relationship readings that just came out. This is relationship readings for the next 3 months. We also have, of course, Cancer season started. So happy birthday to all you Cancer sun babies. There's a special bonus reading in that pick a card for a 3-month reading. But tell us all about the next month as we go through Capricorn season, not Capricorn, Cancer season, before we head into Leo. And then we had a Capricorn full moon last night. Here's how you can make the most of that full moon release energy. And there's a pick a card there as well. And if you haven't checked out your July monthlies, then here is a link to the playlist for all those. And also here's June's, if you haven't checked that out, if you want to check out for your last week or so that we have left here in June. And also I have a free podcast that we have a new episode every Sunday. So we'll have a new one coming out tomorrow. And we're going to start talking about some superpowers. I know, but all those are free. If you want to check any of those out, feel free to do so. And then in the meantime, you guys enjoy the rest of your night or day, wherever you may be in the world. And until I see you again, much love. You hang in there. Take care of yourselves. We'll see you soon.